Capturing profit before XRP pump. I think that's going to be the title of today's episode because we're going to talk about how we're making money while still holding on to our XRP and understanding where that baby's going. But in the meantime, we're catching it on silver. We got Zebec. I told you guys about that little Joey ticker. It's hopping to a new all-time high. Full update on the markets and everything taking place for you guys. We are back in the office. So excited to be back to work. You know, I was telling wifey last night, I said, I feel so blessed to be in a spot where I'm excited to get back to work. Like the night before, every Sunday, right? I'm not dreading the Monday morning routine, right? I'm excited to get back in here, and we got a lot to catch up on. I still haven't been able to, fully recap XRP Las Vegas. A lot taking place, and we just had a quick trip down to Seattle too. So I was out of the office for the past, 48 hours doing that quick trip. And if you guys are wondering, I had to shave off the beard because I was down in Seattle at the doctor's and they were checking on my heart again. And they had to shave off my chest hair, right? So I know it's too much information for some. I had to shave off my chest hair. And so I just decided, you know what? I had to shave. They shaved off like half of it. And I was like, okay. So I had to shave off the rest of it. So I just feel ridiculous. But then I was like, I just need to go all the way. So the beard's gone, chest hair's gone, but we're still making money. We had a great time with the family at the zoo yesterday. And I'm excited to be back in the office, back to work. We're locked in. And thank you guys for being here with us. Let's get right on into it, guys. Check it out. We haven't been talking about this one in a while. How about this shiny little metal called silver? $35.73. This thing went above $36 today. We have not traded at this level in literally about 13 or 14 years, right? Going all the way back to about 2012, 2011 is the last time that silver traded up this high. Silver. Now, 35 has been a big level of resistance. We need to see a clean break here, but I think that it's pretty much no man's land between 35 and 50 bucks. I want to confirm this breakout above 35 bucks before I say that 40 and $50 is incoming like ASAP. But if we can hold this and turn 35 bucks into support, we might have a clear breakout to a 40 and maybe even a $50 silver. Still major upside on this one. So yes, while we wait for XRP to pump, our shiny little metal, how you doing? It's doing pretty dang good. And that's why we've been stacking that one too. Let's take a look at it though. Circle. I didn't get in on this one, but I know many of you guys did. Circle's $1.1 billion IPO shows that Wall Street is taking stablecoins seriously. Now this IPO brings it in at about a $7 billion valuation. So more than they were really getting on the private market beforehand. They were at like about a $5 or $6 billion valuation. The rumors were circulating, right, that Ripple was in a bidding war with Coinbase, offering between 9 and 11 billion. Some people asking Brad if he'd offered, upwards of 20 billion at XRP Las Vegas. And I got the clip right here where Brad denies that. And what's interesting about this is he denies offering 20 billion, but he doesn't deny them offering anything at all. But I'm almost starting to wonder, if this whole thing with Circle was, in this Coinbase bidding war between Ripple and Coinbase and all this, Ripple's going to buy them for 10 billion plus. If that was all a rumor that was just started in the Circle camp, in the VCs and the backers of Circle, to drum up hype and to get a higher valuation when they did eventually IPO. Was Ripple considering buying them? I think maybe they were. And we know Ripple's a serious player. We know they have the money to do so. And it makes a lot of sense from a strategic standpoint to just lock down the stablecoin space and really lock in a monopoly is what would happen if they did acquire Circle. Was Coinbase ever a serious buyer? I don't think so. But here's Brad Garlinghouse at XRP Las Vegas, and he denies offering them 20 billion. Take a listen to this clip real quick.
You want me to pre-announce our acquisitions? Basically. Hold on.
I will say on the record here, there's a lot of rumors about Circle. We definitely never offered $20 billion for Circle. I was just going to leave that there.
So he didn't deny them being at the table, but he absolutely denied them offering 20 billion. And I do think that would have been ridiculous to be anything over basically that 10 to 11 billion dollar valuation. That would have been a premium on what they garnered at the IPO. But from a strategic standpoint, it might have been worth it to pay that premium to lock in the monopoly. But nonetheless, they are public now. There's still an opportunity for Ripple to actually move in and take majority ownership of Circle. So that's not all the way done yet, but we'll continue to watch it here, folks. Interesting find by Chad Steingraber. He grabbed this one here. Circle CFO cashes out 37 million worth of shares on its IPO, 6 times more than the original disclosure. What does the CFO know? Did he just need a little bit more liquidity? Or does he know that maybe that valuation was a little juicy, maybe a little overvalued, right? Remember, this is a company where most of that revenue coming in is based off of that interest that they're earning on their treasuries, right? And so in this environment with interest rates up high, yeah, they're doing pretty well. But in an environment where that interest rate comes down, 100 basis points, 200 basis points, 1 or 2%, right? That valuation on Circle drops significantly with every rate cut that we potentially have coming down the road here. So what does that CFO know? We'll continue to watch it. Now, Digital Asset Investor says investment banks are going to be knocking on a lot of crypto company doors. I've seen this movie before. This Circle right here, this is the chart. We can now pull it up. New York Stock Exchange, Circle Internet Group, going by the ticker CRCL. I added this one to my watch list, and you see it IPO'd at $31 per share, immediately opened up here and just shot right up to $100 per share. Now it's back up to 92 after coming down to about 80 while I was getting ready to do this show here. Back up above 90. We'll continue to watch it here closely, but I question how long Circle will be able to hold this valuation, but I'm here for it. This is great for the space. Let Circle pump it up. Let them hype it up. Let them drum up rumors about a Coinbase Ripple bidding war, whatever. It's great for our space. One of the, basically the first stablecoin issuer in the United States IPOing, great for the space. Ripple's valuation, Ripple's IPO, going to be 10 times larger. Just putting that on the record right now. I've already said Ripple might have the largest IPO in the history of the world. Saudi Aramco, 25.6 billion. Ripple's net asset value of their XRP is over 100 billion. So where I come from, 2 + 2 still equals 4. Very easily, they could get the largest IPO in the history of the world. Stay locked in on that one. Now, here's the beautiful thing too. You got Circle going live with the IPO, and you got the traditional incumbents that are showing up in a major way. Not just, you can buy and hold and trade some crypto, not just acknowledging that our space is legit, but now the suits are showing up with the offer to present you right here. $3.6 trillion asset manager JP Morgan to accept Bitcoin and crypto ETFs as collateral for loans. Now, I'm going to be putting out a DeFi due diligence checklist here shortly, and it's also going to relate to not just decentralized opportunities in DeFi, but it's also going to relate to when you're sitting across the table from the suits. I've been talking about what's coming for the XRP community, where you're going to have the XRP Ledger AMM, you're going to have a handful of, actually dozens of different DeFi protocols and opportunities that you could give up your XRP for to earn that yield. And I also have been saying that you're going to have the traditional banks sitting across the table from you. He who has the gold makes the rules, right? Is the old saying. You got the gold. We got the gold. The AMM's right there. All these DeFi protocols and degens and all these little schemes are there. And then the suits are there. JP Morgan, Bank of America, they're all going to be showing up. Other players showing up, ready to take your XRP. And so I'm going to be putting out basically a DeFi due diligence checklist, but it'll apply to working with the banks and the suits as well too. Before you give up your XRP, I want you to run through this checklist and let's see if you can answer those questions. And if you can, and maybe you'll find a program that does work out for you, but before we give up our gold, we need to understand the power that we have by just simply owning that gold, right? And the options that are going to be sitting across the table from us. Completely decentralized, just with you in the XRP ledger. Different versions of decentralized, centralized DeFi. These guys coming up with all sorts of crazy stuff. And I've been sounding the alarm on some of these guys and mentioning some red flags. And now the suits are going to be showing up too with an offer. What's the key takeaway? They're ready to take your XRP. Can you trust them? Is the yield going to be worth your time? And is it going to be sustainable? And we're going to provide the checklist so that you can conduct that due diligence before we give up the gold. Now, another one, we told you, and I let everybody know, Joey is the ticker. And Joey's just another meme coin on the XRP ledger, right? But it's XRP DeFi season. The XRP motion is here. The activity on our ledger is only going to ramp up 10x over the next 12 months from here. We've seen nothing yet. And it's going to happen because of the Joey wallet. Now, the Joey wallet has no connection to the Joey ticker. I just want to be very clear in respect to Vet, Adam, Chris, all the team over there at the Joey wallet. Out of respect for them, I want to be very clear. They have no association with the Joey token, the Joey meme coin. These guys don't build meme coins. They build the platform to help you build a meme coin. They build the platform for you, the wallet for you to interact with the XRP ledger. And I'm so excited. The big one here is the ease and access of onboarding people literally in less than 30 seconds to the XRP ledger. That's what this Joey wallet's going to do. It is now live on the Google Play Store. Over 500 downloads so far. And I'm telling you, we got 5 million on the way. 500? That's nothing. We got 5 million on the way. And now we're waiting for it to go live on Apple. As soon as it does, I'll start playing around with it. I got my iPhones, right? And so I'm going to be playing around with this one too. And you got to consider too, we already have 6.5 million XRP wallet addresses. If even just, a tenth or a third or a quarter of people in the XRP community build or add the Joey wallet, right? Just right there, you might have a few million wallets of people that are already within the XRP ecosystem. Now you start to expand that out and you make it easy for the Solana guys to come over, the Ethereum bros. I mean, these guys are cooked over here in Ethereum and Solana. They're getting wrecked on all of their meme coins over there. And the native asset of those ledgers is being outperformed by XRP. It's not even close. Remember, Bitcoin's up 50% since the election. Ethereum, 10%. Solana, 10%. XRP up 300%. So not only is our native asset destroying these other cryptos, but now we have the ease and access and the ability to onboard these guys in 30 seconds. Oh, you tired of getting wrecked on Ethereum? Come on over. You tired of getting rinsed and repeated over on Solana? We're reaching out our hand. We're here to help you out, and that's what's going to happen here. That's what I'm saying. This wallet, I think, is going to account for another 10 million XRP wallet addresses coming to our ledger. We're going to go from 6 million to 15 to 20 million in the next 12 months. That's my prediction. And all that activity, all that motion, all that locking up XRP, all that burning XRP. Is it going to reflect on XRP's price today? No. But down the road, over the next 12 months here, lock in. But I told you guys, this Joey wallet is great, but there's a little meme coin at the digital casino here on the XRP ledger. You know that I got in, and I told you guys about it in our last update. And take a look at this chart. This thing's still up 45% from when I told you guys it had already broken out. In my last update, I said, guys, the Joey breakout is here. Watch out for all-time high. What happened? The very same day, this sucker went up to an all-time high. It's still up 45% from when I mentioned it, but it did go a full 80% pump. This is why I titled this video, Capturing Profits Before XRP Pump. That's what we're doing. It's a very simple game. And the thing I love about the XRP memes, I understand memes aren't for everybody, but the nice thing here is that you're making more XRP. Okay? Now, if you don't want to play in that game, don't. Just hold your XRP, chill, you'll be good. But if you are a degen, if you do like to gamble, hey, we caught ourselves another runner here. And this 80%, I mean, that's just from where we were at yesterday. Many of the people in my Discord community that got in on this one early were up hundreds of percent on this one. We caught this one early. Now, speaking of capturing profits while we wait for the XRP pump, the other one that we got to mention here is Zebec, ZBCN. And it was so amazing. One of the best parts of XRP Las Vegas was going around, shaking hands, giving hugs with the XRP family. But the amount of people that came up and thanked me for the Zebec call. Once again, I'll never give you financial advice or tell you to buy it. I'll just tell you, hey, I'm buying it. Here's why. That's what I did. April 16th, the day that I bought it, I went and recorded a video that day right away. I let my Discord group know. I went and recorded a video. Said, guys, Zebec It's going to run. I got fundamentals. I'm going to deep dive it. But for now, it has enough fundamentals. It has enough narrative. It's going to capture motion. It's going to pump. And I said 400 or 500% with ease. With ease. And it did a lot more than that. It did a lot more than that. And then I did my deep dive 2 weeks later where I showed you guys the red flags. And this is my favorite part about this one, is it was a public call. It was free alpha for everybody, but I gave you the alpha and I also gave you the red flags. But what did we say? Yes, there's red flags. Tokenomics, the team, I need to see more from the team, more faces, more from the team. Not going to stop it from pumping though. And that's exactly what happened on Zebec. This thing ran up in a major, major way. Here it is on Zebec. Now I made my 427% profit. And I've been telling you guys, 900% from when we got in here. I mean, this thing just went crazy, right? 800, 900% plus all the way to the top. Now it has retraced back down, right? But I had dozens and dozens of people come up, shake my hand, thank me. And I asked them, how much did you make on this? And I had people telling me $1,000, 5,000, 10, 20. One dude made 150,000 on Zebec. I tallied up over hundreds of thousands of dollars that our community made just in the room shaking my hand, which leads me to believe that our community made millions altogether, right? I mean, think about it. I shook hands with a couple dozen people there in XRP Las Vegas and tallied up over 300,000. So what do you think happened outside of that? Capturing profits before XRP pump. That's why I titled this episode this. We got it on Silver. We got it on Zebec. We got it on Joey. The other one that we nailed last month was my XRP longs, right? I had 2 entries XRP at 213, and I rode that one all the way up to 265. I could have sold that top. I missed it, and XRP came back down. And on the last day of that XRP futures contract on Coinbase, the May contract, on the last day of the 30th of May, XRP went down to 201, and I just happened to have another order sitting there. So I picked up another XRP long entry at 201, and then later that day, it pumped up to 218, and that's where it closed off the monthly contract. So I doubled up my entries, closed that month in profit. The only one that I missed was my Bitcoin short, because I was warning you guys, by the time the Bitcoin conference starts, or very shortly after the conference ends, Bitcoin's going to be coming back down. Everybody's cheering, yay, Bitcoin all-time high. We're going to the Bitcoin conference, hang out with the Bitcoin bros, dress up like cows and do funny stuff. I'm trying not to make fun of the Bitcoin guys anymore, but the memes make themselves. The memes make themselves. And I barely missed it. I had my entry at 112,910. Bitcoin only went up to just shy of 112. So I barely missed the entry on my Bitcoin short, but we absolutely nailed that one as Bitcoin went back down to 103. And yet people are so hung up on XRP. Oh, this guy's clueless. Another XRP hype video. Bub, bub. Lock in, please, with us. Lock in, at least if you want to make money, because we're dropping free alpha. If you want to get tapped in with our community on another level, we have that too. But I try to put it out as much as I can for free as well too. You put out free alpha and people still mess it up and get mad at you. That's okay. But the point being, if I don't have a clue what's going on, why did we nail profit on every single one of our trades? Joey, Zebec, Silver, hello, XRP longs, yes, and just barely missed that Bitcoin short. All the while, we wait for XRP to make its next move. Now, real quick, we're going to take a look at XRP, just so when this thing comes back down, leading, over the next little bit here, we can tell you that we warned you on this one too. Take a look here. Here's my XRP chart right here. I drew my next purple box for you guys. We nailed this purple box. We hit this purple box a few times, and now we're going down into this one real quick. I believe we have on June 11th here is going to be the next full moon, and it's also the CPI inflation data comes out that day. I'm waiting for XRP to bottom out right back into this period. Basically, I got this up at 215, but I think that we see one more wick down below 210. We will not break $2 though, unless we get Black Swan. But 210 to $2, I think it's coming back in. We already did backtest 208 here on Saturday, May 31st. So we did already get that backtest once again. Let's wait for it to go one more time here into the purple box before I think that we're going to be moving back up. And yes, XRP is going to be going higher into the month of June. So that's the market update for now. We still have a lot to catch up on. I'm going to be dropping some more content later today, and I will be back live tonight, Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. So come on back tonight. In the comments down below, you can let me know what you want me to cover in tonight's episode. A lot to catch up on. Still got to recap some things from XRP Las Vegas. Still making money while we wait for XRP to pump. I hope you are too. Let's get on in here. What do you say? Hope you guys are doing well. We'll see you tonight. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.